Hello YouTube, I'm going to be showing you today how I got on upgrading the cooling, heatsink and fan in my Dell Precision 3630 mini tower. It's just got a standard fan in it at the moment that does quite well. It does top out occasionally if I'm really stressing the CPU heat wise. But I've seen several machines with the image on the right with the more advanced high performance Dell heatsink and fan, so I'm going to be replacing that. So let's crack on. Okay, here we have a high performance fan and heatsink for a Dell Precision 3630 that I'm hopefully going to be fitting to my mini tower. It's quite a small tower, and it just basically fits exactly where the old basic fan and heatsink goes, so there'd be no major changes. Hopefully it'll improve the temperature, airflow. I got this, it's used, it looks in very good condition. I got it from eBay, good price. It had a coupon on it and I had a little bit of balance in there, and I think I paid £20 auto. But yeah, so I'm going to be fitting this just because I can. I'm sort of pimping up my 3630 a little bit just to improve it generally, and we'll crack on. See you shortly. Right, first thing I'm going to do is take the fan off, because that will need to come off to screw in the heatsink. So there are 3 screws I can see. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll probably edit this, he says. There. There's the fan off. I think it's pretty standard fan. Probably you can get these there are loads of variants of this, but this is the important thing. I'll clean this CPU contact area here first with some isopropylene. Just, it looks pretty clean anyway, but I don't think it's been cleaned that well, to be honest, so we'll do a better job on that. See you shortly. I've cleaned the CPU contact area. It's come up a bit cleaner. Here we are. Right, let's get this Dell open, which isn't the simplest of tasks, considering all the other Dell office computers I've had. This one seems to be a bit more involved, but you may have noticed this. I fitted a gaming upgraded power supply for the GPU. Originally it was a fan. The fan opening was this size, and it sort of covered this area, and I thought that can't be good. So I got my jigsaw out and wallop. There we are. I think it doesn't. It's fine. I'm quite pleased with that. I thought it can't be good closing off a third of the output for the fan. So there was another little upgrade. Right, let's get this one open now. Let's just get its front. Right, first side panel, you pull this one up, and right, you've got two locking sliders here, you have to push them up. Now this always stumps me. This one, you have to pull up on this side, I believe. Yeah, there we are. It's never been easy. They're actually unlocked, these tabs, but there we are. I don't know. Every time they're like that, you basically lift up the whole thing to get access to the gubbins, basically. And there we have our tiny little standard fan, which will be coming out, and we'll carry on with that shortly. Right, something I wanted to do as well, just quickly, was to check that this fan that came with the high performance heatsink is actually working. I'm sure it is, but I don't want to be fitting the whole thing and finding out the fan's not working, so I'm going to see if I can quickly test it by just unplugging the original fan and then plugging in the new one. There, that's now plugged in. I need to plug in the power supply shortly. Won't be a sec. Yep, the fan is working. Just plug it in quickly. It did spin up just now anyway, so but, yeah, there we are. Yep, that's working. Seems nice and quiet as well, so and just isolate the machine, plug the fan again, and crack on. Right, this should be a fairly simple operation, he says confidently. Four screws. I only actually repasted this one about 6 months ago, so right, you just turn the screws until you hear a or get movement. You just hear a little clunk. See, that's clear of the thread then. There we are, a little clunk. The fan is unplugged, so there's a little bit of more of a turn on that one. I thought I heard a clunk. There we are, there's the clunk. And basically lift it off. And that's the original fan. Right, got a bit of isopropylene here and a couple of cotton buds and such like. Right, I can't quite get at this thermal paste here, so I think I'm going to have to actually bring the bracket out the way so I've got access to it without removing the CPU, hopefully. It's an i7 8300, so it sort of scrapes in its minimum set
a spec for Windows 11 compatibility, but I don't envisage upgrading the processor at any time because it just seems prohibitively expensive. More than probably the computer's worth at the moment, which is a bit odd. But right, that's going to be it for that, because I'll be here all day doing this. There we are, nice and clean. Right, let's get the bracket back on. And lock that into place. Hopefully I haven't broken anything. And next we'll be fitting the heatsink. Right, let's get some thermal paste on. There's the replacement, all nice and clean. Bit of an upgrade, isn't it? But let's have a go. Right, let's get these screw holes lined up and sort of land it down. Get these screws started. Don't do them all one screw all up at once, you must just go round and round until I think they're located. Yeah, seems so, but you never know until you get some resistance on the screw and you find you've just been screwing it into the board. Yeah, I can definitely feel that's doing something. That one doesn't seem to be doing anything though. Come on. I don't think that one's located. Ah, hang on. There we are. That's biting now. Slow and steady. I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah, there's some resistance on that one. That one's pretty much done. Yeah. I'll just give that a final tweak. Don't over tighten them. No need. Just, you know, enough's enough. And that's the heatsink in. If you notice, the heatsink is actually next to the extractor fan on the top of the machine now. So right, next is plugging in the, getting the fan in place. I wonder if I should have moved that wire. It doesn't really matter, but no, I don't think that's an issue. Right, let's get this fan in place. Now on the standard fan I had running, I did a couple of stress tests. I'm really not using this one for gaming at the moment. I might do some VR on a Quest 3 at some point, but it was, did a little bit of stress testing, and it was hitting 100 degrees centigrade, but only for a short while. The actual standard fan was doing quite a good job. I probably could have left it really, but you know, I just saw this as an upgrade and I thought, well, let's go for it. You know, I mean, I've done a few things. The GPU is just I think it's a 1060 8 gig. I'll probably want something better than that at some point, but again, it's all very good. You know, it works quite well really, considering. Is that screw doing anything? Yep, it is. Yep, we're almost there. Tweak that one. No, it's still going. Still going on that one. That's fine. I think that one's more or less done as well. No, a bit more yet. And there we are. So it clears everything quite nicely. Yeah, seems to be quite good. I'll just plug it in quickly and everything's coming up there all fine, all nice and quiet. Spinning up. I'll get it hooked up to my monitor and give you a report on temperatures. But I think it might make a bit of difference, but it's just really for any future updates I do on the GPU and CPU and things, but everything looks fine there. Yeah, it's getting to be quite a nice little machine. Bring the old power supply port down. Wouldn't it be funny if it wouldn't close now? No, there we are. It's locked in place. And I'll do a bit of testing and let you know if anything's changed. Bye for now. Okay, the PC's been on a couple of hours now, and I've run core temp, and it's idling at the moment. So I think that's pretty average temperature for any PC, idling PC. Definitely, it's definite improvement. I mean, I've got 2 4K movies and about 15. I've just opened 15 YouTube. Not YouTube, Facebook. Yeah, just peaked at 90 there. That's a big improvement. It must be down at least 20 centigrade on what it was previously when I did a previous test on something like this. So yeah, it's a big improvement. And the other thing is, on the other on the other heatsink and fan, the standard one, the fan was going full speed. It sounded like a hairdryer just for a couple of minutes, but this is literally, I just heard a little pulse, nothing. It's so quiet, much quieter as well. But so the maximum it got up to there was 95 on core 1. I mean, previously it was hitting 100 on a couple of cores. It might have been higher than 100, I don't know, but it was hitting 100. But only on one core. But I mean, I know it's a 6-core machine, 6 cores, so it's only a hit on 1 core. I mean, overall, these are in the 80s, you know. So it's definitely that fan upgrade to a high performance Dell fan is a definite upgrade and worth doing, considering it just cost me £20. So yeah, everything's fine down, and it's a quieter machine now as well. So yeah, so there we are. So thanks for watching. I hope this was some help to somebody, and goodbye.